Good morning, guys. It's another freezing cold day in Montreal today. I just got home from work. I coached early this morning and I just made myself some breakfast. And I'm about to get started on my editing, but I just wanted to show you guys my breakfast that I'm having this morning because I thought it looked pretty cool. So I made myself 2 egg sandwiches. This one has ham and Swiss cheese with some green pepper, onion, the egg, and some mayonnaise. And this one has some spicy sausage with Havarti cheese and green pepper and onion on some toast. So I used that cool little egg thing that I showed you guys last time. It's perfect because it comes out the perfect shape. It's a little small for the toast, but it's a perfect shape for the English muffins. Guys, that stupid phone number called me again this morning, just as I was editing right now. See, 217, same thing. It's from Urbana, Illinois. This time they didn't leave me a message, but it called again. And I don't want to answer because it's going to be long distance for me, but I don't understand why they keep calling. I tried Googling the number, because sometimes if I Google a number that calls me, it'll show up as being a telemarketer, but it's not. It's a random number. I don't know who it is, but every day, at least once a day, I get a phone call from them. What's up, guys? I just left work. I didn't vlog much today because there wasn't much going on, but I'm just leaving work now at the pool. Stopped at a red light, so don't worry, I'm not gonna hit anybody. I always try to vlog only at red lights, not when I'm actually driving. But 2 things I wanted to say that are freaking crazy, that are freaking me out. One, the temperature dropped like over 10 degrees from the time I was at work. It is now minus 17 on my car, which is the coldest, actually no, the second coldest I've seen all year, but it's only 6 o'clock in the evening. It's not 5:30 in the morning like in the other one. And the other thing that is freaking me out is that gas right now in at least Montreal, where we're from, is 91 cents a liter, which might sound weird to some people from other places because you don't know our prices, you don't use a liter, some of you, but 91 cents a liter is like 30 cents cheaper than it's been for the last 2 years. It's crazy because I've been driving for like 8 or 9 years now and I can't even remember the last time it was at 91 cents a liter. That's just insane. But right now I'm off to Alex's house. So when I get there, I will continue the video. I'm gonna try something cool. I'm gonna say, hi, Alex. And then the next thing I'm gonna cut to is her saying hi. So, hi, Alex.
Hi, Daniel.
Wasn't that cool?
So cool.
I thought it was pretty funny. I don't know. It's cool when you can like do tricks with that with cameras, because in the video it seems like everything's straightforward, going in a straight line, but like you don't realize there's time jumps all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can figure it out, but it's just funny. Alright guys, I'm just heading out to pick us up some dinner. We ordered some salads from that good place that we like to order from, Del Frisco's, so I'm just gonna go pick it up and then I will be back here, and I don't know what we're doing tonight. What are we doing tonight?
I don't know. It's such a weird angle. Oh my god, please.
Oh, okay, I got dinner, but it's so cold outside. My hands are freezing. I can't even hold the camera. Okay, I'm gonna get in the car, try to warm up. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. It's so cold. Okay, I'm just gonna let the car heat up for 1 second, let the warm air come out. Oh my god. This is finally what real winter is supposed to feel like for us. I don't enjoy it, but it's normal for February. So you guys have seen these salads many times before. It's a Cobb salad from Del Frisco's. It's delicious. Mine, I added grilled chicken to it because I was a little bit hungry and I like having a little bit of extra protein, especially for dinner. And Alex got the same thing, but no croutons and no artichokes because she said she doesn't like the artichokes.
Also, I forgot to ask for dressing on the side again.
Oh yeah, we should have said that. I forgot.
Again, I'm just like, oh, it tastes like dressing.
I don't mind the dressing. Alex falling off the bed, go.
No, this is a game we play. We do this game.
It's not a game. It's not a game. You just fell and I caught you, and so you wanted to do it.
Oh shit.
You wanted to do it again.
You didn't catch me that time, Dad.
Because you fell faster.
I want to see me falling.
Do it again. You big freaking dog.
Ow, that really hurt.
I didn't think you were gonna keep doing it.
Ow.
Your face, you're like,
Ow, my back. I need a massage. I feel like I have a bruise.
and then you just fall into the
You're so mean. Real funny.
You silly dork. That was so funny because she fell like for real and I caught her by her leg. Like I grabbed her ankle and pulled her back up and she was like, oh my god, that was so funny. So we started doing it a bunch of times and then I thought she was done. So I'm like, da 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 da, and she just flew off.
It doesn't look as bad on camera, but my back really hurts. I
and
felt
her face was
my
like,
back. Nice. Guys, you should screenshot that and tweet me. Tweet us that picture.
So what I wanted to talk about before I end the video is sort of a really big event that happened yesterday. Way bigger than the announcement of an 8th Harry Potter book, which actually turns out not to be a book, but actually a script of a play that she's doing. She's been writing a play to be shown in England, which I'm sure eventually will be shown worldwide. But they ended up putting out the script sort of in book format, so it's not necessarily a book, but it's still going to be a continuation of the story. I assume about Harry Potter's kids, or kid, because it says the cursed child. So it's still really exciting because it's new Harry Potter material and new stuff we get to read, but it's not an entire book. But yesterday there was even bigger news in the world that is way more important, and that was the first ever detection of gravitational waves. Now that might sound confusing, and I'm not a scientist. I'm just sort of interested in this stuff and interested in outer space, and I like watching and reading stuff about that. But this is a really big discovery because it essentially proves that Einstein was right when he came up with his theories. Because when Isaac Newton first discovered gravity, he thought it was an attraction. So if you had two objects, they would just be attracted to each other. No matter where they were, they would always just attract to each other, and it was a force where they pulled between each other. And then Einstein came up with a theory that really big objects, or any object for that matter, any object when it's put in space bends space-time. It's like a sheet fabric of space-time, and it bends it. And then smaller objects just follow that natural curve. Actually, there's a really good video that you guys can watch that helps you visualize it, and I'll put the link down below. It's a video from years ago, but it really helps visualize how a big object will bend space-time, and then how littler objects or smaller objects will follow that curvature. They'll slightly bend it as well, but not significantly enough to affect the bigger objects. There was no way of really proving that because people just sort of thought of space as like this big empty vacuum and not really a sheet of space-time that could be bent and warped. I mean, people believed it, but they could never prove it. And when Einstein came out with it, they definitely didn't believe it. But yesterday they were actually able to detect it. And what ended up happening was that it's kind of confusing, and the numbers are really big, so it doesn't really make sense. But two black holes collided together. They were warping space-time and bending it and spinning around that warp that they made, because they made sort of like a bend. And they were spinning around until they smashed in together and created one black hole. And when something that massive and that dense hits together and forms into one, it creates like a huge ripple in space-time, and it wiggles through space-time all across the universe, and it bends space-time so much because it's so massive that it affects everything that goes out in that wave. And so on Earth they have these cool detection centers. I don't remember where they are. There's like one in Louisiana, I think, and one in Washington State. But what it is they have a laser pointing this way and a laser pointing this way, hitting mirrors that are suspended by very thin wires, and they're used to detect the stretching or the squeezing of the lasers in a certain direction, because if space-time was being warped and being bent, they would be squished or stretched in different directions. And so yesterday, at the same time, these two detection centers at the exact same time measured a vibration, because the gravitational wave passing through the universe created by that original black hole collision, it went through the universe over 1.2 billion years. That's a long time. 1.2 billion years. It's traveling throughout the universe, traveling, until finally yesterday it hit Earth. Well, not yesterday, they detected it in September, but they released the info yesterday. Traveling, hits Earth. Both of the mirrors wiggle and squish and get stretched. The same thing happened in both detection centers at the same time. And so that basically confirmed that gravitational waves are real, and that they exist, and that it's sort of a new form of, not energy, but it's a new wave, like a light wave. It's a new way of like exploring the universe and discovering things in the universe, because now we know that every object, every planet, star, asteroid, anything sends out gravitational waves and bends space-time. It's just that our machines are so new and they're so like in their infant stage that the only way we could detect gravitational waves was from a massive event that sent out a huge ripple through space. And the only thing big enough so far to do that was the two black holes colliding together and forming one massive black hole. And I was watching a few videos about this yesterday, and one of the ways the guy explained it is he said, take an island, let's say 150 kilometers wide. So that's not very big. That's like, in miles, that's like 100 miles, I think, something like that, maybe like 90 miles. And in that space, put in 30 suns and squish down 30 suns and squeeze them so tight into that 150 kilometer space. So you can imagine how heavy that would be. 30 suns squished down into that little space. Take 2 of those and slam them together at the speed of light. That's what happened when the 2 black holes collided. Now, those 2 black holes colliding, like I said, happened 1.2 billion years ago, which is a long time. But that's how long it took for the gravitational wave, the ripple that it created, to hit Earth. And it was such a big wave that we were able to detect it. Anyway, I just thought that was super cool because it like opens up to a whole new category of exploring outer space. And the more we can make precise machines to detect these things, and the more they have info about gravitational waves, they can start finding like new planets and new suns and new objects floating through space, because every object in space sends out a small ripple through space-time. And that's how gravity works, is that the biggest one bends it the most, and everything else just sort of follows around the bend. Watch the video down in the description because it really explains it and helps you visualize what bending space-time does and how it affects smaller objects. It's just really cool that it proves Einstein, this guy who came up with this 100 years ago, who thought of this, like it's crazy how smart this guy must have been to think of this on his own and just come up with this idea, and now 100 years later we've proved it. Alright guys, so that's gonna bring us to the end of today's video. Thursdays are usually pretty boring for me because I coach twice, so I'm up early and then I work out and then I coach, so not much happens for me during the day. Just hung out with Alex after my coaching for a little bit. I hope you guys had an awesome day. I did, and hearing this news about gravitational waves was really cool, and watching all the videos about it and learning about it was really awesome and made me super happy, because I feel sometimes that, like, not that I'm living in the wrong era, but 400 years ago when they were first discovering America, or even 500-600 years ago, that was like the age of exploration of our own planet. Like, things were unknown. What was across the ocean? What happens if we go over there? We don't know. Like, what is this? And so now we know pretty much everything about our planet except like what's at the bottom of the ocean. We still don't know everything about that, but we're far away from getting to that exploration phase of like our solar system or our universe, of like being able to go to other planets and do that kind of stuff. And it just feels cool to like sort of be living in a time where we're starting to like take those next steps into exploring the universe. So it makes me kind of happy to think that there might be more stuff in my lifetime that I get to see. Like, maybe people will land on Mars, maybe people will go to other planets, I don't know. It would just be cool to see that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys were able to find stuff today to make you happy and that you were grateful for. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss any of the videos this year. And I hope you guys had the best day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.